Hey, let's talk about the wild west of peptides that's going on right now. So, what are peptides, first of all? Think of them as short chain amino acids. That's basically a mini protein that acts as a cell signaling device. If that signaling protein is a certain size, it's larger, or it can enter the bloodstream, go to an organ, and affect that organ, then it's a peptide hormone. Insulin, believe it or not, is a very well-known peptide that we've been using for years. So clinically, today's trending peptides fall into three buckets. There's GLP-1s like semaglutide for metabolic health, weight loss. There's secretagogues like sermorelin, which allow the body to release growth hormone. And then there's tissue repair peptides like BPC-157 for anti-inflammatory and healing properties. But why we're in the Wild West is because of how quickly and how much med spa industry is pushing peptides that are less well studied and less regulated and somewhat experimental, like research chemicals that can be marketed as having benefits when it's not well known. We're also seeing issues like endocrine crash outs and infections when the sourcing and storage isn't good. Let's dispel a common myth that peptides cause cancer. They don't. However, we are talking about cell receptor signaling molecules that can activate a cell or regenerate or accelerate growth of a cell. So if you have a diagnosed or undiagnosed cancer, say you're someone who never got that colonoscopy and you're over 45, you might be sitting on a low-grade something that could rapidly grow because you introduced peptides. So that's the quick nitty-gritty on peptides. I would stick to ones that have been around a lot longer and more well studied if you're going to, and go to reputable long-term clinical locations with vetted sources of their peptides. I think there's benefits, but there's always risks, and do your homework. Don't get stuck in the wild west of peptides and be an experimental rat, if you will, and try something new because it sounds great. You wouldn't do that with anything else, so why do it with something that you got to inject into yourself? Be reasonable, be smart, and stay safe. Talk to you soon.